As an artist, I've always been intrigued by my immediate surroundings. I've painted the streets of suburbia, the bridges crossing the river, and the boats on the bay. Now I've turned to Moreton Island as a source of inspiration. I've chosen Moreton Island as a subject for this exhibition since as a child I would come here every year with my family. We were camping on the east side, quite brutal in some ways, so I wanted to sort of tap into those memories and my time there. That was the impetus for the show. In this body of work, I tried to envision myself coming to the island or being on the island and looking out to the horizon. When I'm painting the paintings of me coming to the island, there's quite a verticality to the works. When it came to painting the vegetation here, I didn't want the process to be too contrived or articulated. I would create a flurry of strokes and see what trees emerged. I didn't go, okay, I really should try and paint those 6 melaleucas in a row. If that's what emerged, great. It was interesting coming back to this island with an artistic perspective. Obviously, when you continually visit somewhere, you can take a place for granted. For me, I tried to focus on the memories from my youth, but also try and see the landscape through a different lens. I think typically when people tackle seascapes, it's easy to focus on the beautiful moments, the white sandy beaches and a sunset, for example. For me, I tried to do the opposite. I wanted the sand to take on an almost ice-like presence, very white, very grey. And then the trees, I didn't want them to be shining with beautiful colours. I wanted them to be solemn and lonely. And then once again, the sky, I tried to experiment with different colours and see how I can push and pull the perspective. I decided I'd think back to those more dismal days where the weather really rolls in, dark clouds and softer light. I think the challenging part about this series of work was once again using gouache as a medium. I've learnt to try and be a bit braver, tackle things that are larger and experiment with colours and also the lack of colour. Something that's really changed in my practice over the past couple of years is that I'm tapping into memory and imagination. I'm not relying on photographs as much or reference materials. When it came to painting the larger works for this series, one of the challenges was I needed a lot of paint. Gouache often comes in tubes very small, so I decided I'd just make it myself. There definitely is a sense of space in these works. In order to achieve that, I needed to use large brushes. Otherwise, the gouache would actually streak across the page and almost interrupt the surface. This body of work is very much process driven. Often the first attempt doesn't work out. So what I'll do is I'll grab a large brush, I'll just move all the paint across the surface, and I'll do that until an image actually emerges. Due to the fact the works in this show are quite minimal, it can be at times quite hard to gauge whether it's finished or it has any merit at all. So what I would do is just put the work away for days or weeks and then I'd revisit it with fresh eyes. If I look back at my career as an artist, there's often the element of water in several of my series and paintings. Dylan actually means man of the sea, so I think it's no wonder that I've actually been drawn to Moreton Island.